Enjoyers, is Ubisoft quietly fighting for survival? We have directors leaving, long-awaited games like Splinter Cell keep slipping into development limbo, and Ubisoft literally paused its financial reporting, which almost never happens unless something major is happening behind the scenes. Enjoyers, today we need to talk about these 5 situations happening inside Ubisoft, and the last one being their only hope and possibly ours too. Okay, enjoyers, let's dive in. We're starting with the franchise that refuses to die, but also refuses to live. Splinter Cell. The remake has now lost another director. Ubisoft Toronto posted a listing for new game director and then deleted it almost instantly after receiving backlash from social networks. Now, according to Tech for Gamers and Bloomberg, this isn't the first time. The project lost its director back in 2022 as well. For a game that's supposed to release in 2026, this is concerning. Director turnover usually signals deeper issues like conflicting vision, leadership shakeups, or a project that's really just not clicking. As gamers, we want Splinter Cell back. Stealth fans deserve a win. But from a business standpoint, it shows Ubisoft is struggling to align creatively. A solid remake can revive a franchise, rebuild trust, and bring back older audiences, but only if it's done with consistency. My take, enjoyers, Sam Fisher deserves more than development chaos. He deserves intention and respect, and so do fans who've been waiting for over a decade for a new Splinter Cell release. Now, enjoyers, here's where the story really unravels, and this comes straight from Bloomberg as well as former Ubisoft devs. Before Ubisoft greenlit the new Splinter Cell remake, there was another Splinter Cell project, and Ubisoft forced the team to turn it into X Defiant, a narrative stealth reboot transformed overnight into a live service shooter to chase Call of Duty numbers. Developers literally said, and they were told, make it multiplayer, make it live service. That's a quote. That one decision explains years of Ubisoft feeling directionless. They weren't building games, they were chasing trends, and gamers rejected it. But here's the ironic twist. The lead developer of that scrapped Splinter Cell reboot, well, it's no other than Michael Chong. He left Ubisoft and built Ad Hoc Studios and just launched one of the year's biggest narrative hits, folks. That's right, no other than Dispatch. And Dispatch didn't just perform, it exploded. Over 1 million copies sold, and it's growing every single week. A format nobody believed in. Weekly episodes just like TV, with a cast led by Aaron Paul. Chong said they expected the game's 3-year sales goal to take, 3 years. Instead, they're on track to hit it in just 3 months. All because they embraced what Ubisoft abandoned: story, characters, human performances, and Ubisoft some emotion. Enjoyers, the message is loud and clear. Gamers are done with formula chasing live service clones. We want meaningful, story-driven worlds again. If Ubisoft listens and brings Splinter Cell back with that same heart, this could still be their turning point. Story-rich single players are rising again. Let's say hello to Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, and Dispatch hitting 1 million in 10 days. Story-driven games is what made Ubisoft great in the first place. Although a writer who was part of Fallout 76 raised a fair point, no amount of good writing can compensate for broken pacing in gaming. Now that's food for thought, folks. Okay, enjoyers, this is where things go from kinda weird to undeniably serious. Ubisoft didn't just delay a report, they paused their financial results and requested a full trading halt on both shares and bonds. Media company Reuters confirmed it, and moves like this are extremely rare unless the company is dealing with numbers they can't finalize or gearing up for a deep internal shakeup. You know, kind of like Succession, HBO series. Who knows what's going on right now behind these closed doors? But what this does tell us is very simple. There's real financial uncertainty behind the scenes. Leadership is actively reworking the company's trajectory, and something big, something structural is shifting, and shifting very fast. With that being said, here's the part most people are missing. Companies don't pause financial reporting for fun. They do it before major pivots, cost restructuring, studio repositioning, leadership realignment, or reorganizing their biggest IP creatives' houses. So while this looks chaotic on the surface, it could actually be Ubisoft clearing the runway before the next big moves in 2026 and 2027. The same window where we're expecting titles like Splinter Cell Remake, the rumored Black Flag Remake, and even potential tie-ins with Netflix adaptations. The halt or freeze, whatever you call it, could be the calm before the rebuild, or for the pessimistic, the calm before the storm. With that being said, let's not ignore the part the gaming world keeps ignoring: Ubisoft's massive release catalog. Despite the chaos, despite the halt, Ubisoft has an insanely packed schedule. According to Insider Gaming, we have the following: Splinter Cell Remake in 2026, Ghost Recon, Assassin's Creed, Hex, with a release date projected to be anywhere from 2026 to 2027. And then we have Far Cry 7, Project Blackbird, Far Cry Extraction Shooter, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time Remake, Beyond Good and Evil 2, still in orbit, and of course, multiple Assassin's Creed experiences after 2027. This is not a studio winding down anytime soon. It's a studio lining up a massive comeback attempt. The question is, can they execute? My perspective: if Ubisoft learns from past mistakes, tightens quality control, embraces slower, intentional development, this comeback could be real. The industry needs strong mid-tier giants, not just Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox. Okay, now here is where I believe things finally shift upward, because even in the middle of this mess, Ubisoft still has weapons they haven't played yet. Assassin's Creed Valhalla just became the most played single-player PS5 game of the entire generation. That's right, more than God of War Ragnarok, more than Hogwarts Legacy. And sure, Valhalla is bloated, oversized, and basically, well, it's a full-time job, but that level of dominance proves something important. When Ubisoft hits, they hit hard. No pun intended. And that gives us hope, because look at what's coming. If Ubisoft actually delivers the Black Flag Remake with modern tech, fresh naval combat, and the same heart that made the original a classic, that alone could shake the entire industry awake. And if they finally pull Splinter Cell Remake together, especially with Netflix's Splinter Cell anime lining up for a season 2, that synergy could very well revive the franchise in a massive way. Games plus streaming are powerful when they land at the right moment. Just take a look at Cyberpunk 2077 when it released Cyberpunk Edgerunners on Netflix. It catapulted Cyberpunk back to its right deserving place, which is on the map for single-player RPGs. And now we're looking at a Cyberpunk sequel coming soon, and hopefully with the return of Johnny Silverhand. These aren't small moves, folks. These are potential comeback moments, the kind of plays a giant makes when it's ready to rise again. As gamers, as enjoyers, we want that. My bet is on Ubisoft, because when one titan levels up, the entire gaming landscape benefits. Sure, they don't have the best track record right now, but it's clear that they know and are aware that there is things they must change if they want to change the trajectory of the next 3 to 10 years. Company profit. And it's not going to be by chasing trends or numbers. It's going back to the roots of what made Ubisoft Ubisoft. If Ubisoft focuses on storytelling, immersion, gameplay, and quality, we might witness one of the biggest rebounds in modern gaming. Okay, enjoyers, and if you're still with us, if you hit that subscribe button, you're officially joining the enjoyers community, where we stay informed, stay positive, and lift the gaming culture together. Because at the end of the day, gaming is about enjoyment. And drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading them. Is Ubisoft collapsing or gearing up for a legendary comeback? As always, folks, this is Hurricane Games signing out.